Welcome to True Blue Tuesday, a small weekly segment about big EV issues. Today's TBT topic, the truth about range anxiety. A quick shout out to Pete, who always reminds me about range confidence, and David, one of our subscribers, who mentioned range anxiety in a comment on one of our recent road trip videos. So after saying something like, range anxiety will disappear after your first trip, David, trust me, I thought it'd be good to explain that in a bit more detail. Okay, you busy people, let's get cracking. So range anxiety is basically the fear that you don't have enough range to reach your destination and you'll end up stranded. It's essentially a fear of the unknown, so let's quickly break it down. Those potential unknowns in range anxiety are how far can my car go, or actual range, and where can I charge if I'm getting low. These are actually the same for any type of vehicle, so let's compare the same experience in an EV and an internal combustion engine car, or ICE car. So in an ICE car, you have something like this gauge to indicate how much fuel you have, and if you start getting low, you'll get a few variations on the scary light or warning. Now, in terms of answering the first question, how far can I go, these are about as useful as a kickstand on a unicycle. By comparison, an EV energy gauge will generally give you an indication of how many kilometres or miles you can actually travel, and additionally you'll get real-time information on usage and range. Today we're going to focus on range, so let's look at a couple of our recent trips. Okay, in this first example we're 53 kilometres into a 300 kilometre journey, and we can see if we keep driving like we are, we'll arrive with 31% still available. With heaps in reserve, we can drive faster if the speed limit allows, and have absolute certainty we'll make our destination. That's range confidence. Now in this example, we are 79 kilometres into a 470 kilometre drive, and we've got a warning that we're going to be minus 2% at our destination. That is, we're not going to make it. So I know what you're thinking. At first glance, hey, this looks like range anxiety. But if we dig a little deeper, what this data is really telling us is that we have around 400 kilometres left to find, let's say, 7% efficiency. That way we still arrive with 5% available. So at this point, very early in the trip, we can slow down a bit, we can put the car into range mode, we can turn off climate control, what those of us in the tropics like to call slow and sweaty mode. You can find a caravan or a truck to sit behind, or any combination of these. Alternatively, if there's somewhere to charge nearby, we can stop and put a little bit of charge in. Either way, this real-time information and very early warning actually gives us range confidence. Compare that to the ICE fuel gauge again. Imagine this coming up with 100 kilometres still to travel. I know which one would make me anxious. There are a number of charging apps with maps out there, and we use PlugShare, which seems to be the app of choice in Australia. Now, remembering Australia is still lagging behind on EV infrastructure, there's no shortage of places to charge. It'd be good if more of these were fast chargers, but that's another story. And remember, this isn't an exhaustive list of every electrical outlet in Australia, which are all charging options. These are just the sites who encourage EVs to come and charge. If we drill into one of our favourite charging spots, the Devil's Marbles Hotel, the app shows the location, address, contact details, facilities, charging options, and feedback from people who have charged here before. Some in-car navigation even shows charging locations and real-time info on the number of free chargers and their status. Okay, so to recap, if range anxiety stems from these unknowns, then removing the unknowns is the basis of what EV drivers call range confidence. That's it in a nutshell. So thanks for watching True Blue Tuesday. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.